So my story just keeps going and going and going. I mean, it never ended. Never did end. Like I said, we lived on a farm in Mason County, Kentucky, towards Lewis County. No radio signal, no cell phone signal, no way to call for help, ever, especially with my father threatening to kill us along with his, buddies and law enforcement. Nobody ever wanted to believe the story because, I was gay for one thing. They detained me for treason for wearing lingerie when I was 6 years old. First time I got raped. They just wanted to look at my behavior. Your behavior is so erratic. The way you dress, up to, you chanting, yelling. They call it yelling. It's my version of prayer. We were taught to pray out loud, expressing our souls instead of just sitting back quietly and observing abject poverty. My ex-husband, and I'm going to call him that until he turns so red he explodes with embarrassment. My ex-husband in the brass ring, as they called it. Their drugs from here, there, and everywhere. It was so annoying. And he was one of the biggest assholes I've ever been with. Straight assholes at that. People want to see self-harm due to court documentation labeling mental illness. So let them see it. Kentucky physicians recommending cannabis, whether it's legal or not. The same physicians former Sheriff Tony Wynn's wife, Charlotte, sees. Tri-State Arthritis Rheumatology, Crestview Hills, Kentucky. You rarely ever see a minority person in those physicians' office in that particular network. And I lost my train of thought, which normally happens. Oh, Ohio and cannabis. Because of the pain inflicted by the pieces of shit who raped me when I was a child. Like I said, I'll pull up the MRI imaging and show you the skull fractures. The cops that were called here for the last domestic disturbance were afraid of him. I'm afraid of the people who threatened to sell me to Russia. Anyway, I forgot where I was going with that. Cannabis. It's not its fault. I've had dementia-like symptoms ever since they bludgeoned me, fracturing my skull when I was 6 years old. And nobody ever wanted to take the statements accurately. Their mental health go-to, Comprehend Incorporated, with their buddies in Moorhead with KSP Post 8, they would ask me to leave the room and then, decide on what kind of answers would fly on paper. The one that they loved, throwing out the most was, "You told us you'd play in traffic. Who in the hell would be stupid enough to play in traffic on Springdale Road in Mason County, Kentucky?" It's my question. But, that led to at least 2 decades worth of psychotropic medications, at least a list of 15 to 20 medications long. It ranged from schizoaffective nonsense to we think you're bipolar. No, it's PTSD and DID because you all couldn't stand me dressing up as a woman sometimes. So, as I said, let me show you Scott Poe's transphobia and the incidents that are occurring with Mediview Regional Medical Center in Maysville, Kentucky, Sam Bavard's homophobia on social media, and Corporal Denise Prater-Werlein's Mason County Detention Center, Lisa Urey, jailer, at no cost to the taxpayer. Her transphobia. You people just aren't real. It's like, really? So we're the angels that the Bible talks about? I don't think so.